All right, last example for today, and this one is a little different from the other two. All right. So essentially, though, we're going to start it off in the exact same way that we did for the other two. We put a 0 in for y, and then everything else stays the same. That's our first step. And our second step is to get rid of that end number, all right? Or at least move it over to the other side. So to move it over to the other side, you do the opposite. So the opposite of plus 3 is negative 3. So subtract 3 on both sides. So our new equation is negative 3 equals x minus 1 squared. All right. Again, there is no number in front of this parentheses, so you move right into taking the square root of both sides. In this instance, normally what we would do is we would solve this square root and then put a plus minus in front, all right? We're still going to do the plus minus, but remember there's something special about negative square roots, all right? When you have a negative number under a square root, you can't do it because of this negative. Instead, what you do is you put an I in front of the radical sign and then the normal number under the radical. Remember, putting an I in front of the radical sign gets rid of that negative sign inside the radical, and we need to do that here, okay? So in this instance, in order to get rid of this negative sign, you're going to have an I in front, and then now it's just going to be a positive 3. So plus or minus I radical 3 equals x minus 1. You don't need the parentheses here, but I just put them in anyways. All right. Once again, you're going to have two different equations. You're going to have a positive equation and a negative equation. The positive equation is I radical 3 equals x minus 1. And the negative equation is negative I radical 3 equals x minus 1. All right. Solve these equations. I want to get x all by itself. So in both instances, I'm adding 1 to both sides. All right. Get rid of this over here so I have room. So in this top one, I'm going to have I radical 3 plus 1 equals x. And for the bottom equation, you are going to have negative I radical 3 plus 1 equals x. All right. These, so this and this, are technically your x-intercepts, but you can't graph these points, right? Because we don't know how to graph I. In this instance, all right, if you can see this, this is the graph. Actually, it's this one, number 4. This is the graph for that equation. Okay. As you can see, this graph has no x-intercepts. That's why we get these I numbers here. So when there's no x-intercepts in the parabola, that's when you get i's.